Do you ever stop and think about how programmed our lives are from the day that we start kindergarten until most of us retire from our career? We're told when to go to work or to school. We're told when to move from one place to another while we're at that school or job. And we're told when to go eat. We're told when to go home. Every part of our day is structured. Um, as an educator, I've noticed since the COVID pandemic, um, we took our kids out of that routine for 2 years, and here we are 5 years later trying to get them back into that routine, and it's just not working because deep down inside, we were not created to be indoors all day, every day. Honestly, it wasn't until the Industrial Revolution when people were moved from the countryside, the field and the farm into the cities and the factories where the whistle blew and told us when to go to work. Deep down inside, I feel like we were created to be outside. My name is Jason Ryerson, and I've been a teacher and a coach for almost 20 years now, and a dad for almost 7 years now. And the one thing that I've learned through all of that experience is while a classroom is a learning experience and a job is a learning experience, and even organized sports are learning experiences, all too often we are dictated by routine and schedule when we were created to be outside, exploring and growing and building and finding things every day. You would say, well, I can't do that every day. Well, neither can I, but I'm a firm believer that we have to start somewhere. When my son was born, I read a book called Last Child in the Woods, Overcoming Nature Deficit Disorder. And in the book, the author discussed in depth the importance of unstructured play for both kids and adults. You know, when you take a kid to the park and they get on the monkey bars, at first it's a challenge to figure out the right arm over left arm over right arm over left arm pattern to get across the monkey bars. But once they get it the first time, it's in there. A neural pathway is being created in their brain that reminds them how to complete this task every time. You take that same child with all the strength and all the hand-eye coordination to do the monkey bars, and you put them in the woods and say, climb a tree. Well, the tree is different every time you climb it. Even the same tree will be different based on what the weather's been outside or if there's been a wind to knock off some limbs. The tree is always going to create new neural pathways, which means your child, or we as an adult, are learning something new every time. Think about the last time you just went for a walk and looked around and saw things as if it were for the first time all over again. Heard the birds sing and the wind blow through your hair. Felt the sun on your face after a cold winter when spring is finally breaking through. Those moments change who we are intellectually, psychologically, and I believe physically as well. You see, so many people with that sedentary lifestyle come home from their job of sitting down all day. They're exhausted and they find a place to sit and they find a screen. My pastor calls it riding the magic carpet. He said you can open up your little magic carpet and it'll take you anywhere you want to go, both good, bad, and indifferent. Most people come home from a long day's work and they're looking for a dopamine fix. They're looking for a way to escape the routine that they've been in all day. Now, my belief again is that that can be found outside. Every time I bring this conversation up, there are a handful of reasons that people give me that they don't want to spend their time outside. Usually it's, Jason, I would love to be able to go hiking or to go kayaking or to go fishing or to go out in nature more often, but I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or I'm not healthy enough, or I don't have access because of a disability or an inability to do certain things. Again, I'm a 44-year-old man, not as young as I once was. I'm a single dad and a school teacher who lives on a shoestring budget, but I find a way to get outside. You see, the whole purpose of this channel is going to be for you and I to look at ways to get out into nature together. And it may start with just sitting on the front porch and getting some fresh air, and then maybe a walk around the neighborhood. But my goal is to show you local green spaces in your community so that you can get out without having to pay anything and enjoy nature. Here in Nash County, where I live, just small county, under 200,000 people, total population right now. There are multiple green spaces where you can get out and enjoy nature for no cost. There's Battle Park. There's the Tar River here, where you have the Tar River paddle trail, and you can paddle for miles and miles and have easy access on and off the river with kayaks or canoes. And you say, well, Jason, I don't have the money to go buy a canoe or a kayak. Personal story, my kayak is 15 years old. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace, and I paid $100 for it. The young lady I bought it from had graduated from college down at the coast, and she was moving away from any major bodies of water for her career, and she just wanted to get rid of it. That $100 has paid off tenfold in the number of memories that I made. My next point in this video is just that. Most of the time I say I'm going to go outside alone. I'm going to go hiking, or I'm going to go camping, or I'm going to go fishing, or I'm going to go kayaking alone. And I usually end up with 3 to 5 people with me. And it's not because of my beautiful, bubbly personality. It's because when people hear you say you're going to get out, they see that as a way to get out themselves. Last year, I was going to go hiking by myself up at Hanging Rock State Park on the other side of North Carolina. I said something about it at the dinner table, and that turned into an amazing weekend of myself and my sister and her husband, my niece and her boyfriend, all tent camping at Hanging Rock State Park, hiking for about 10 miles total that weekend, making memories, building relationships, sitting around a campfire, enjoying meals together. You see, when you make the choice to step out, others will come with you. And my hope and my prayer for the next several weeks of making videos on this topic is that not only can we talk about different ways to meet your social, emotional, and monetary budget, as well as your physical budget, meaning we're going to find ways for you to get outside, but we're also going to talk about things that matter. You see, for me, the most important thing is spending time in nature with my little boy. We go hiking and camping. You'll see throughout my videos, I love to take pictures. I love landscape and nature photography. I'll sit out in the backyard at my girlfriend's house and just put birdseed in the bird feeder and take pictures of the birds that come up. That is just how much I enjoy taking pictures of nature. And several months ago, I was given some camera equipment, and in there was a camera that was slightly older and still looked brand new, but the camera itself only made lesser quality images than I can use for what I like to take pictures of. But still very beautiful pictures, still replaceable lens camera. I packed that up into a bag of its own, and I gave it to my son. And I said, look, Dad loves to do this. I hope you would like to pick it up with me. And we went out for the day hiking, and he took some of the most amazing pictures. And I got to take pictures of him taking pictures. My point behind that was he finding a passion, learning a new skill, and getting to capture images out in nature at a very young age. And it cost me nothing but the time and energy to give him the materials and take him and show him how to use them. You see, nature's calling us, because I believe that we as humans were created in God's image. And if you look at what that means, if God created and he made us in his image, he wants us to be creative. He wants us to be in his creation. And that's where we're going to go. And I hope you'll come along this journey with me. We're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about hobbies and outdoorsmanship and things to do and ways to get outside. So again, my name's Jason Ryerson. This channel is called The Weekend Wanderer, and we're going to do just that. We're going to find our weekends to get lost in the woods together, and I hope you'll come with me. Have a good day.